Yeah.
Okay, so with that, how do you define African spirituality, and how do you see it as a distinct or a complementary to global spiritual systems or religious traditions?
So I think that it's a multiplicity of things, and I'm very careful not to box what we call African spirituality into one thing, because
Right.
it's very, very diverse. There are
Yes.
some people who think that the term itself is something that should not exist because,
Yes.
it's a confluence of so many things.
Yes.
But maybe if we speak about indigenous spiritual systems,
Yes.
those are things that have existed pre-colonization by
Yes.
their very definition.
Yes.
And they're also open to, if you will, change, evolution, modernization, if you will, but positive modernization. And I think I define those systems as those ways of being that allowed for human beings to be at peace with themselves, to be
Yes.
at peace with their environment, to be at peace with their creator or creators. And so those things, those three spaces of peace, or three spaces of existence, are quite critical.
Yes.
Existence within yourself, within your bloodline, within the multiplicity of who you are, existence within your environment, because it also has agency. So indigenous systems across the world believe that, the mountains are alive. They're not just lumps of rock. The rivers are alive. The air is alive. The birds can be messengers. So
Everything's
there's
alive.
that sort of element of being at one with nature. And then, of course, there's the element of being at one with the deities that are around us. And so, if you will, that triune existence is central across different indigenous belief systems. And I think that those ways of being have been adopted by other more younger, and I say younger on purpose, worldviews or belief systems, because to compare something that's 2,000 years old, for instance, with something that has existed for tens of thousands of years feels a little bit degrading to the older.
I
Uh,
understand that. I understand that.
you know,
Yeah,
so
I do understand
I
that.
think it's important that we place it in the context that whether you're speaking Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Christianity, whatever the case might be, all of these are newer forms of expression around spirituality, and what has been called animism, paganism, sort of very rudimentary, in inverted commas, ways of being and belief are way older than those systems.
And you know what else too, Brother Mogase, it's funny? Okay, so my grandmother, on my father's mother,
Mm,
um, she was a Buddhist as well, Chinese.
mm,
And a lot of the breath work that she taught me just, throughout childhood, when I got older and I started to delve into other, other religions, other cultures, it's the same. And you wonder how these things are universal.
yeah,
Yogis do it. I still do it now with yoga.
yeah,
Um, all the other, so there are certain things that are fundamentally true, right? Even color vibration, like some people now, Wicca, they call it color magic, but people try
mm,
to make things seem more inaccessible than they really are, right? But when you study even the Sufis, right, and when it comes on to their breath work as well as their color, the way how they interpret color vibration, etc., right, and color baths, it's the same principles, but it's just a matter of people not having the exposure to different things why they think that they can claim it as their own. You see what I mean?
yeah.